the pattern is harder than what they predict and longer than what they. I don't know. Sometimes there's got a 50-50 chance of being correct. So what route you going to next time?
43.
43. Morning or night?
Morning.
Mornings. Oh, we're not going to see Chuck. What time's the report? 6 or something? 7?
About 5 till 6. Yeah.
10 hours? 8 hours? Oh, that's right. You're going on like a normal life.
Yeah.
Good for you. I'm so glad to see people.
I think it's 7 hours 43 minutes.
Great. Yeah, that's what I would take. I mean, if I could get a 7 hour and get paid for 8, that's how it used to be in Santa Rosa when I worked in Santa Rosa.
7 hours 48 minutes.
Yeah, Santa Rosa Transit, that's how they did it. 7 hour shifts, everybody had the same, but you got 8 hours pay. Nobody ever burned out. And when people were sick and stuff, you could. Well, actually, they had the part-timers used to be the extra board over there. Part-timers are extra board. You know, you got work if people weren't calling in. You know, so they had you. So you had to go. See, Trimet has the only real, actual career position for a part-time bus driver. That Trimet does have the. Yeah, they have the best opportunity if you want to be a part-time bus driver. Although I guess that might change if the contract changes, because you'll no longer get a retirement package if you stay part-time.
Really?
Yeah. You have to be full-time at least 2 years to get a retirement. Which is bad. If it actually goes through, I guess theoretically
I could. We can't write into the contract. The general managers have to know how to handle it, their dollars.
Yeah, well, maybe McFarland would be better than Hansen, but...
Not from what I've seen so far.
Yeah. What, you mean the bond measure, or what?
That too.
The West? What are you referring to? Come on, we want some of that. We want some of that.
I'm referring to these penny ante crap, like the cell phone stuff.
Oh, the cell phones, what? We can't use cell phones? That's nationwide, though.
No. I was just talking, I can't remember the guy's name. He was outside the bus, the engine was off. In fact, I've talked to 2 people this last week.
Yeah.
One from Center Street and one from Merlo.
Right.
The engine was off, they were off the bus. They were talking on their phones.
Where, in the middle of the route?
No.
At the end of the line?
Yeah.
Well, what's the problem then?
Don't know, but
that's perfectly legal. You can do that.
You're getting 7 days. Both of them are getting 7 days.
What? For talking on a cell phone at the end of their line?
Yeah.
Well, that's something wrong, because that's what you can do. I know that for a fact.
You have to be so far away from the bus.
What? That's not true. That's wrong. That's not right. That's wrong.
Well, anyway.
I've seen the memo. You have to be at a layover. You know, you have to be 10 feet away. That's not how it reads. Yeah. They're not telling you the whole
Anyway, they're getting penny ante though.
Yeah. Well, I know one person who actually...
I mean, not penny. What's the word for it?
Being nitpicky.
Yeah, nitpicky. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, if they were at the end of the line and in between going back the other way, then they didn't do anything wrong. That can't be accurate. They must mean not telling you something.
Oh, I'm sorry. One guy. No. The other guy was, but one guy, he was... Where was he?
One guy was at the end of the line?
He got an emergency call from his father.
Oh. And he pulled over and...
He pulled over, he turned the engine off.
Right, and he took it. Yeah, but technically
he was off the road.
Yeah, but technically you can't do it.
Well, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
When they put out this original memo, I mean...
The original one said you could if you did that, but they changed it because of public pressure.
There's no public pressure.
Yes, there is.
What happened is you got dingbats up there who invent public pressure in their mind.
Yeah, well, that's theoretically true, of course. Yes, they don't have to.
True. It is how it works.
Yeah, well, you're right. I know that. I mean, just because the press says something doesn't mean they have to kowtow to it. I agree with that. I think they're cowardly in the office.
Like a lot of preachers and stuff, they'll read the Word of God, and then they start adding all sorts of stuff to it.
Yeah. Well,
and all of a sudden you get this crap, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah. Well, they've always been rather cowardly in doing this.
You're going to hell because of this. Huh? What? Hell hell, man?
That's a nice way to put it. Yeah, I've always had a little
And that's
respect
what
for the
these
way
people-
that they cower to the public opinion
They're
and
not cowering to public opinion. They're venting the public opinion in their mind, and they're cowering to their own fears.
Well, the press will write a story about
Winston
cell phones.
Churchill's the sum of all their fears.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact
Roosevelt's
that there were a
fear-
lot of stories
the only thing
appearing
to
in the
fear
press
is
about
fear itself.
us being on cell phones. I watched that stuff. There were a lot of articles about that.
Yeah, these people cave into their own friggin' fears.
Yeah.
What we need in this country is a lot fewer cowards.
Yeah, I agree.
People who aren't afraid. Stand
I
up
agree.
for what's right.
I agree.
Think reasonably. Stand up for reason, rationality.
Yeah. Well, I can't argue with that. I'm with that.
Unfortunately, that's what's driving this country down the way it's gone lately.
Yeah.
Because of that. Too goddamn many cowards running things.
Yeah.
And then they're cowards, so they bring other people into their management circles, which are cowards too.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway,
He's right. Very good.
but that's I think it's called Paul's principle.
Oh. Peter principle. The Peter goes up, the most incompetent.
Peter goes to the level of incompetence. Paul is basically the bad will naturally, in an organizational situation, the bad will naturally drive out the good.
Yeah. That's the Paul principle? That's interesting. Good. That's good stuff. There he goes. Our philosopher, Chuck. Interesting commentary by one of our more IQ, well, he's got a very high IQ.
Rant I made on video over at the college a short while ago to say I really didn't mean it. What's our fearless leader's name?
McFarland.
Mr. McFarland, to say I really was just, the heat got to me today. It was 97 or something like that.
Yeah.
Is saying too much.
Yeah.
The fact is, I really meant it.